Hey, Warren Eckstein here. A lot of calls I get on the show, whether it be the Los Angeles show or the National Canadian show, is about dogs that are constantly licking their paws. Now, licking paws can be normal, self-grooming is normal, but I put together a list, and I'm going to read it out. I put together a list of all the different reasons, or the majority of reasons, why your dog may be licking their paw. And some of them can be serious, so it's something you should take into consideration. But remember, a little licking of the paws is normal. Dogs do, in fact, groom themselves. But here are some reasons. Wounds and foreign objects. If your dog has a scratch or a wound on his paw, they may lick that. It's kind of instinctive behavior for a dog to lick a wound or a sore. So if you notice your dog is excessively licking on the paw, specifically if it's one paw, then you can pretty much guess in your head maybe there's something going on there, so check it. That's important. Also, toenail injury. Keeping your dog's nails clipped is really, really important. I've worked with dogs in some cases where they've had overgrown toenails where one nail would cross over the other nail or one nail would actually break. And you know how painful a hangnail is. It's no different for our pets. So make sure you keep the dog's nails in really, really good shape. Again, that's another reason for licking. If the nails are too long, it can be painful, and the dog may lick for that. Overgrown nails, as I said, sprain or a fracture. We're not always aware of that. Sometimes a dog's running around like a madman in the backyard and may step in a hole and have a minor sprain. When there's pain involved, the first instinct for a dog to do is to lick that. So again, another reason your dog may be licking is because of pain. Burns or blisters, we may not know what's going on. There are so many people that use chemicals on their lawn, fertilizers and other types of chemicals. Sometimes the dogs will walk through that and they'll get a little burn or irritation on their paw. Check for that as well. Now let's get to the real thing. This is the calls I get more than anyone else. Allergies. Is my dog allergic because he's licking his paw? Let's go over that. There are several reasons that can cause that. There is something called dermatitis, where the dog is licking the paw because they have a skin condition. Dermatitis, we know what dermatitis is. And it can be acute moist dermatitis, which is even worse. Dry skin and allergies, bacteria, fungal infection, ticks, mites, insects. All of that can cause your dog to be an excessive paw licker. So what does that mean? Is it dangerous? Yeah, it can be dangerous. I'll tell you why. Sometimes we start biting our nails and years later it becomes a really bad habit and it's very difficult to resolve. Sometimes a dog will get into a situation where they'll lick, whether it be a saw, whether it be an itch, whatever it may be, to the point where it really becomes sore. It may not be a sore right now, but they'll lick and lick and lick and lick, become a lick granuloma, which is something that vets have to deal with. So it's important to take a good look. If you notice your dog is constantly licking their paw, is it the left paw? Is it the right paw? Is it the top of the paw? Is it the bottom of the paw? If it's the bottom of the paw, maybe it's an irritant on your lawn. If it's the top of the paw, maybe it's an allergy or something else going on. Now let's go to my expertise. Okay, I've given you many medical reasons why dogs will lick their paws. What about behaviorally? The first thing a mother does when a litter of puppies is born is lick them. So from a dog's licking perspective, it's a calming mechanism. Licking calms them down. So very often, if I'm working with a dog and I notice they're licking the paws and we've checked them, there's no veterinary, there's no dermatitis, there's no sore, there's no this, there's no that, been checked for allergies, then we have to focus on, is it a behavioral issue? Is the dog bored? Is he not getting enough attention? Is he not getting enough exercise? Is he getting too much attention? I talked about this in an earlier segment. Is he getting too much attention when he licks his paw and you're saying no, 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 that you're actually reinforcing that habit? So if you have a dog that's constantly licking their paws, there's a lot of things you need to check. First thing I recommend is you do a good guardian examination. Look at the paw. Is there hair between it? Sometimes in the snow, they'll get that stuck in there. So take a look at that. And then if it's consistently licking and you don't see anything, or if you do see anything, your next call should be to your vet to find out if in fact there's something else going on there. And if it does develop into a bad habit, your vet can help you to resolve that. So, we look at that sometimes and we say, I've seen dogs where they've licked so much it discolors their coat. If you notice your dog is licking the paw, do something about it, because take care, if you correct the habit, the shorter time you smoke, the easier it is to quit. The longer you smoke, the more difficult it is. So take care of me. I quit 25 years ago. I smoked my whole life and it was really, really difficult, but I did. It was hypnosis. That's the secret for me. Anyway, if you notice your dog licking, don't let it develop into a habit. Distract the dog a little bit, have it checked by the vet, take care of it right away, because as I said, it can develop into something a lot worse. So again, licking paws could be allergies, could be a sore, could be burning, could be dermatitis, could be any number of things. It's a good idea to check with your vet first, but also to make sure your dog is consistently, from a behavioral standpoint, getting a tremendous amount of mental stimulation, a lot of exercise, because the bottom line is this: Busy dogs don't spend their time licking their paws. Busy dogs spend their time doing other things if in fact it is a behavioral reason. But if your dog is getting all the attention, getting all the stimulation that they need and still licking their paws, then a trip to the vet is probably warranted. I'm Warren Eckstein. Don't miss the Pet Show. We get all kinds of great information every week right there on the show.